Well, hello, fellow followers. It's good to see you again. It's been a little while. So anyway, in this video, I wanted to show you my story of trying to find the master cylinder for this 1972 Plymouth Valiant behind me, which you've not seen much of, and I apologize for that because I'm having to do a little bit of paperwork with that to get it signed over to me, get it in my name and all that. So there's no problem. It's just that I haven't done it yet, and until I do that, I want to be sure that I'm not putting it out there on the internet too much and all that, since I don't know its history or its paper trail. So that being said, I'm just working on some things, and one of the things I'm going through is the brakes. On these cars, I always have to go through the brakes if they set for any length of time, because people use this DOT 3 brake fluid in them, and when it sits for 10 years, it turns into some kind of, it absorbs water, it turns into some kind of gooey, flaky, who knows what, and it ruins everything it touches. But people continue to use that. So anyway, I had to go through the brake system, put wheel cylinders on it, brake shoes, the whole 9 yards, like I've done on all of them. And so then I got to the master cylinder, and I thought, well, this is not going to be any problem. I've bought these before. It's no big deal. I was going to try to rebuild the master cylinder. It was not seized up. This is not the one off of it, but this is one just like it, the one that goes on it. I was going to try to rebuild it because it was free, but then when I got the pistons out of it, it turned out not only was it not the original master cylinder, but it was kind of pitted and just not in the best condition. And this one's guarantees the same way, because this one's another non-Mopar core that's been sitting outside. So couldn't use any of that. Had to have another master cylinder. So I had bought master cylinders for these drum brake cars before, but I had always bought one for a 69 down, which uses a different size piston in here, which is not really of any consequence. It would work, but they use a different type of cap. They use a cap that's not, it doesn't use the wire bail to hold it on. It uses a bolt. But the master cylinder would work. In the last resort, I could use one for one of those. I didn't want to. So I went looking around, and I ordered from our good old friends at Rock Auto. I ordered the master cylinder. Don't mind this tapping noise behind us. That's the birds up on the roof. They get up there and, I don't know, they do something, but they do it that every day. It's something that birds like to do, apparently. I'm not a bird, I don't know. So, don't know what the fascination is with the roof up there, but they like it. So, anyhow, so got on Rock Auto, ordered a cheap, what it said was a reman master cylinder, and it was this part number here. Part number M1516. So, sorry about hitting that thing there. So there it is. It's called Quality Built, the Smarter Choice master cylinder. New. It's not remanufactured. It has something that looks like a sunlight symbol over here. I don't know what that's for. Made in China. That's no surprise. I knew it would be. All that. So remember that number right there, M1516. So I was all giddy with excitement to get my master cylinder in, because it can continue. Whoops. Very good packaging, by the way, also. Look at this box. This box just basically pops open. So anyway, excited to get the master cylinder until I unwrapped it and looked at it. Now, let me ask you fine folks something. Does that look like that? Does that look the same? It doesn't to me. It looks different. So, I've been around Mopars quite a long time, and I know as well as some of you know that you could use this master cylinder on this application on that car, and it would work. It would work. Means if you push the brake pedal, you'd probably stop. So that's fine. But there's a couple things going on to make this problematic. Number one, this is a disc brake master cylinder. You can always tell that because the reservoir, this is the reservoir's positions is opposite from where it sits on the car. Like this is for the front brakes, this is for the rear brakes, but they're because obviously this is where it mounts, so it's opposite. So you can always remember that. And it looks like a nicely built unit. I mean, it's got a nice F and R on it and all that. I don't have any problems with the unit, but my car is not a master cylinder car. I mean, a disc brake car. It's a drum brake, so I don't want that disc brake master cylinder on there. It looks wrong. It is wrong. So, so that's that. And plus, these have residual valves in them. Normally, these drum brake units have those, and I'm not sure this one would have it. It's a very lightly made unit, because I mean, I can tell picking it up, as opposed to picking this thing up. I don't know what this is made out of, but we could probably weigh it on the scale, and that thing's probably at least twice as heavy as this one is. Not running it down. I don't know if there's anything wrong with it. So $35, whatever it was, with no core charge. So this is what I got. So not happy about that. And then, you know, good old Rock Auto, which Rock Auto, for those that don't realize it, they don't warehouse all this stuff. All they are is a clearinghouse. They basically order parts for you. You send an order to them. They send it out to some warehouse that may be in Chicago, maybe in Galveston, Texas. It may be in California, it may be in Montana, who knows. But they have a network that they can look up just like you do. And they're just the middleman. If you knew who it was that was supplying this, you could just buy it from them directly. You leave Rock Auto out of it. Because remember, in a supply chain, every person that gets their hands on something that has their name attached to it, they take a piece of the pie out of it. So you pay them a little bit of money. That's where your costs go up. So anyway, this is what I ended up with. I was not going to use. And then, like I was about to say, Rock Auto makes it kind of difficult to return things. You have a grace period, which is fine, but then you have to have a return slip. You have to get that printed off, and I don't have a printer, and I'm not going to go off the nonsense to get it printed off. Because I'm going to keep this, I can use this on another actual disc brake application at some point. So I'll just hang on to it and keep it inside where it's not humid. And that's that. So I thought, okay, let's go to plan B. So I went looking around on the internet just for laughs. I knew there wouldn't be one within 100 miles of this place. I went looking for the right master cylinder. And let me back up and tell you one thing. When you go on Rock Auto's website and look at the picture, their generic picture of this master cylinder, what this number comes up to, looks just like that one. Don't look anything like that one. So, but that's what you get in the box. So anyway, I thought plan B, let's go look, see if any of these people around here in an actual brick and mortar store have the master cylinder. So I looked and I looked and looked, and finally AutoZone, got a hit off AutoZone, and the one on Nolensville Road, which is up in Nashville, outskirts of Nashville, had one. And I happened to be going that way one day a couple weeks ago. I thought, okay, I'll just swing in there, I'll take my core with me, and I'll be happy again. My sadness will turn to happiness, because I'll go in there and they'll make my life whole again, because I'll have my correct master cylinder. Plus, I knew I'm standing there right in front of it, you're not going to treat me again. So, you probably see this coming. You probably know what happened. You got it. So I went in there, and a nice gentleman there who I could hardly understand went back and got it. And he brought something with that part number out. And he opened it up, and it was that master cylinder again. So, a word to the wise. If you ever buy this master cylinder and you want a drum brake, the correct drum brake master cylinder, you're not going to get it from these people, because all they are is making this one, and they're deceiving you, because AutoZone's picture looked exactly like that. Again, two people, two organizations, two companies are screwing up here. So, let me tell you what I did buy. I decided, nope, I'm not going to buy another master cylinder. That's the wrong one. But people are putting the wrong picture up and saying it's for the one thing, and it's not at all. They're wrong. They're lying to us. It's a scam. So, no, we're not doing that anymore. So I went looking around on the internet, and I found a place, a surplus place, that had one for sale. And So anyway, sorry for the train coming by. Let me let this cool down. So anyway, I decided, I said, I'm gonna, hang on a second. Okay, so this is what I came up with. This is Bendix remanufactured master cylinder that I found at a surplus, online surplus thing, and made in USA. The date on the box is 1988, and the date on the instructions, they were printed 1 of 81. So this thing was in pretty good shape. I had to clean out a little bit of surface rust out of the inside of it, but it wasn't seized up. I've just got done bench bleeding it, and even had the right cap with a Chrysler, if you can believe that, Chrysler seal on it, and it even came with the elusive that goes in the back of it here. This is what retains your push rod in, so the push rod doesn't fall out, that little rubber grommet. So I'm happy about this. I think this should work just fine. It's even got a, you look here, I'm using a new camera here. Manufactured by an independent rebuilder in the USA. And this is not a Mopar unit. This is actually a Bendix. Bendix made this. It's got Bendix, so I'm going to turn it over. It's got fluid in it. But Bendix actually produced this master cylinder, so that's if anybody wants to know what the part number is, whoops, that's it. And then you notice something similar. There's our old number again, 1516. That must be the interchange number, but this has got an R1 in front of it. Made in USA. So anyway, I feel good about this. I paid just about as much as I would have paid for an offshore new one somewhere. So I'll go with this. If it needs to be rebuilt, it should be able to be rebuilt ad infinitum. So okay then. So that's what I do to go looking for parts sometimes when I can't find something that's going to work in the current aftermarket. So anyway, hope this was a little bit informative, a little bit enjoyable, and I got to put all this stuff together. So we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.